Alright, this is Andrew with Jodo Home Inspections. Today is September 8th, 2025, and we're doing a sewer scope here in Bountiful. We're at 3498 South 100 East. We've got the camera pushed out 112 feet. We went through a turn, and I believe that we have dropped into the city line. I'm not running any water, and I see running water on the screen, and so I believe that this is the city line that we're seeing, but once we go through this turn, it should be a little more clear. Average length of a sewer line that I see is around 100 feet, and so I would assume that we're in the area where I would expect to be dropping into the city line. Yep, I think that is it. What made it tough is that there's a little bit of buildup through there, and there was an offset that we're going to see. Honestly, kind of a strange connection point. I haven't seen one that makes a turn like that. It could be dropping into a manhole, which kind of has a half moon shape, similar to what you just saw on the screen. But you can see through here there is a little bit of an offset. I had a hard time pushing my camera through this joint. And just like my camera had a hard time, waste can also have a hard time. And if enough waste gets stuck in that area, it can create a blockage where it backs up towards the house. I'm going to push it back out just to see this one more time. We're kind of underwater or under some debris right there, and so that makes it harder to see incredibly well. This looks like gravel cement pipe, somewhat common for this age. Gravel cement is kind of rough, and so you definitely don't want to put wet wipes down the line that could get stuck, or feminine hygiene products. Nothing down the line that isn't going to break down. Another little offset there. You can see on the left side, actually, I mean pretty much the entire bottom of that joint has a lip where waste could get stuck. Again, if waste gets stuck, or there's another one right there, pretty big lip on the right hand side. If enough waste gets stuck, that can lead to a blockage where it backs up. I'm really not seeing any roots here, which is good. It makes me wonder if the line has been somewhat recently cleaned. I would definitely recommend the insurance on this line. That would help offset the cost if and when there's a bigger issue with it. Quite a few offsets. There was another one. That was pretty significant. It looks like this one, not only is it offset, but it looks like it has separated. And I also see a bunch of cast iron flakes there, which is another reason why I think this line has been cleaned. if they clean this line and nobody's living here, that cast iron, all those flakes are just going to sit in the line, not really get washed out. If someone had been living here since it had been cleaned, I think a lot of this debris would have been washed out. Under the house, you do have cast iron. That's what you're seeing on the screen now. Cast iron gets really rough and rusty. It will eventually need to be replaced. I've seen plenty of houses of this age that have already replaced their cast. And I mean, we can see that it's open enough to get my camera through. I mean, it is pretty rough. There's some bugs. When it's replaced, as long as you have good grade, you could consider doing a liner or pipe burst, a liner is where they basically blow in a sleeve or a sock and then it hardens with epoxy. And that's like having a new pipe inside the old pipe. A pipe burst is where they push a pipe through this old pipe, where you have basically a flexible pipe that would replace this one. I recommended the insurance, but the downside with that is that it does not cover the line under the house, and that cast iron is in some ways the weaker link. We're just going up the roof stack now, so there's nothing really to see here. But you did have a couple offsets. You do have cast iron under the house, and you had kind of a suspect nose on. So where it goes into that city connection, I did go underwater. There was some debris through there. As I pushed my camera through there a couple times, it did seem like it flushed out a little bit of that water. And so we weren't completely submerged, but my camera was submerged the first time I pushed my camera through there, which is not ideal. It's hard to predict whether that would actually lead to a backup, but in either case, it's certainly not ideal. At a minimum, I would recommend the insurance on this line, but longer term, I think at least the cast iron will need to be replaced, and the offsets in the line could cause issues. I'm going to end this recording now.